Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Jasmine Jasudavicius up against Miranda Maverick this weekend. This one should be a belter and an opportunity for you to get into the top 15. She called you out respectfully. Were you relishing this opportunity to climb into those rankings?
Yeah, after my last fight, she called me out and like you said, super respectfully, she even like DM'd me and was just like, hey, great performance. I think we should scrap. And so I was just like, yeah, you know what? Give me a couple days. I'll send it to my coaches. I'll send it to my team and give me a couple days rest. And then we'll see from there. Sent it to the guys and after a couple of days, they're just like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's try to get this fight. And, she put something out on social media, like kind of calling me out. So I'm like, okay, what's the best way to kind of like build this? And so we figured, let's throw it out on social media too, make it easy for the matchmakers. And now we're here.
You've got the pay-per-view, the Vancouver event, home event in a way, and a ranked opponent. Is this one of the biggest fights of your career now?
Today, this is the biggest fight, and it's hometown. Well, I mean, not hometown, home country. It's still quite a flight for me, but yeah, to be able to fight at home in Canada, the UFC hasn't come to Canada in like 3 or 4 years. So to be able to like represent the country and go against like one of the top girls coming up, it's like a blessing in disguise.
We all knew about the glory days of GSP competing, and people used to go nuts. And now I feel like we might not have like the superstar maybe, but do you think Canadian MMA is more like a collective now? Like, how's the scene for you?
Yeah, I think it's more of a collective thing. I mean, I want to be the next like female GSP, but yeah, there's a ton of Canadian prospects coming up. I got my boy Mike Malott. He's fighting on the same card with me, and we fought last card together. And to be able to do it again in Canada, it's huge for us. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one for Canadian MMA for sure.
Miranda was saying that no one in the top 15 wanted to fight her and nobody unranked wanted to fight her. Do you feel that was the vibe? And, did that give you an opportunity? Was there any hesitation? Do you think people fear her, fear the Maverick?
I mean, they must if she's unable to find a fight when she's like, ranked 15, 60, whatever she is, for her to not be able to find a fight, then people must not be wanting to fight her. But I got a big old set of balls on me, so I figured let's take the shot.
And do you have your own plans in terms of your trajectory about how this will put you number 15, right? And then this is a crazy sport. If you remain active, 1 or 2 wins later, and then you're right. We're talking about world titles. So do you have a plan?
I mean, the dream is to fight for that belt. But this is my first obstacle in the way of that. And so I'm 100% focused on this right now. But yeah, I definitely will reassess after this fight, see what doors open up. And the dream has always been for that belt.
As a flyweight, are you rubbing your hands together at the prospect of a new champion? Do you feel the division has been refreshed? Because it looked like Valentina was just not going to be touched for many years, and she wasn't really.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely shook things up. It really like humanized her, and yeah, it gave the opportunity for all the other 125s to kind of like, tie up their boots and like get going, because anyone can be champ at any time.
Who's the one to watch for you in that top 10? A lot of people talking about Erin Blanchfield because she's got that incredible ground game, and of course the champ. A lot of people talking about her hands.
Yeah, I think Erin Blanchfield is like a super hot prospect coming up. I could see her definitely like challenging and winning, and I would say the next up would be her.
What do you make of the main event here? Is there any chance of an upset, do you think?
I can see it, that the wolf coming up the hill is hungrier than the wolf on top of the hill. And, Nunes, she's good, but there, everyone thought that Shevchenko was untouchable, and then she makes one spin and whoop underneath. It's a fight game. You never know what can happen.
One question I always ask is there anybody in the division who you have to fight when it's all said and done, either out of respect or just because it would be so much fun?
Not that I can like think of offhand, but I want my hit at all the girls. I want to test myself against any of the girls, all of the girls. You know what I mean? I can't fight all of them. I'm not gonna be able to be in the sport that long, but yeah, whatever opportunities present themselves, and like you said, like the higher the ranking, the better.
Where do you see yourself as stronger than Miranda?
Honestly, I think our games are very similar. I think I'm better everywhere. She obviously thinks she's better everywhere, but that's for June 10th. That's where we're gonna find out. But I honestly, I think I'm better everywhere.
Who was the gold standard for you, either like when you first got into MMA or now? Who do you think carries himself, like the way they perform in and out of the cage? Who's the gold standard?
I would say for the longest time it was Joanna. I would always like watch her, and she, even how she would like talk shit a little bit at like the press conferences, and she carries herself so well. She's respectful. I've had the opportunity to meet her and train with her a very tiny amount. But yeah, I would say she's like or Moreno too. I think he also is like one of those people where it's like their character shows why they're the champ, and it's like that whole customado thing where it's like the person's character is the most important part about them being a champion. I would say those two.
We're going to wrap up with a little quick fire if it's okay with you. So who is the hardest hitter out of the women? Who's the hardest hitter?
I heard Andrade. I heard she hits like an absolute truck. But for me personally, that who I have sparred with, Jeon Kim, she hits very hard.
Yeah, sad to see her go. She had a lot of close fights.
Yeah.
Who's the best wrestler?
I mean, I'm gonna say me, but for the females, I'm still gonna go with me.
Respect. Who is the funniest?
The funniest out of the females? I don't know.
Okay, we can go open it up to the whole UFC roster.
The whole UFC. I would say O'Malley. He, you know what I mean? Like his like silly stuff on social media. I think him.
Best dressed?
Best dressed. Ooh. Always looks good. I don't know. I skip that one.
Best looking fighter in the UFC?
Best looking. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna go with me on that one too. No, I don't know. I feel like fighters, like they all have their own kind of like look, and their style matches their look. A lot of it, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does, but I think everyone has like their own kind of like genuine thing that you like about them, and it matches their look. So it's hard to say for that one.
Who's the most annoying?
Probably Mr. Cringe. So no, man, yeah.
Who would you most like to go for dinner with?
Probably Justin Gaethje. I feel like he would be cool. He'd be fun to hang out with. I think he would be cool to go for dinner with. Maybe go to like a steakhouse, like one of those Brazilian steakhouses would be fun.
Nice. Who has the coolest tattoos?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of good tattoos. There's a lot of terrible ones, but I like Shevchenko's tattoos. Like I like the gun that she has. I like her tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, and so I'm kind of like jealous. I've always wanted one, but I've never gotten one. I can't stick to something long enough. But But yeah, I think that I like that gun one. I like how she's tatted up a bit.
Who would make the best movie star in the UFC?
I can see Adesanya being really, really good. Like, you know, he plays a very good like character. He's like got good body awareness. I could see him being a really talented actor.
Who's the most interesting female fighter?
Maybe Blanchfield. You know, she's kind of like quiet. You don't know much about her, so it's intriguing.
Who would you most like by your side in a street fight?
John Jones.
A lot of people say that. And
yeah.
Who's got the best hands?
The best hand. I mean, but between like Adesanya and Pereira, I wanted that, you know, and at any given, I know Pereira won and everything, but you know, it's striking is crazy. I guess I'd have to go with Pereira.
Well, Adesanya won the last one, right?
Yeah, but you know, before I watched all their fights before, and I don't know, I have to give it that edge a little bit.
Yeah, they're both amazing. And finally, then, who would be your dream fight in any weight class, past or present?
Probably Joanna, even though, you know, I do have the most respect for her and everything, but she was a champ for so long, and to like be able to get in there and like actually test yourself in a real competitive environment against somebody who's been the champ for that long and been that dominant, that would be amazing.
Nice answer. Yeah, well, MMA retirements are always a little bit, you know, we never know, right? So let's see. Let's see if she comes back. Jasmine, it's been a pleasure.
I can see it. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Respect. Good luck. Thank you very much.